Good evening, viewers. Welcome to this session. Welcome, Lena, and welcome to all the others who joined us. So, let's start the news with a very shocking incident that's happened. So, let me just add this. And yeah. So, now in Lucknow, in Gomti Nagar, a very shocking murder took place on Thursday afternoon in Lucknow's upscale Gomti Nagar. A 39-year-old man named Manas Bajpai allegedly shot his 34-year-old wife, Divya Mishra, outside the ICICI Bank branch where she worked as a relationship manager. Less than an hour later, he reportedly killed his 29-year-old sister, Tulika, at their home after, before turning the gun on himself. So this is the area where he shot her outside the ICICI Bank, and this is the man, and this is his, wife. Less than an hour later, he reportedly killed his 29-year-old sister Tulika at their home before turning the gun on himself. Minutes after the initial shooting, police discovered that Bajpai had posted a chilling WhatsApp status confessing to killing his wife over alleged cheating and stating his intention to end his life and his sister's life as well. According to police accounts, Bajpai arrived at the bank around noon and called Divya outside to the main gate. The two stood talking roughly 10 meters from the building before security guards reported that Bajpai suddenly drew a pistol and shot her at close range in the head and chest. As Divya collapsed to the ground, Bajpai fled towards the main road and vanished. Bank staff rushed her to Lohia Hospital, where medical personnel declared her dead upon arrival. Police investigating the bank shooting, which occurred only 500 meters from Gomti Nagar police station, quickly received a simultaneous wireless alert about two bullet-ridden bodies discovered inside a residence approximately 3 kilometers away in Vikram Kand, which is in DCP and in the same area. And DCP Diksha Sharma and other officials rushed to the scene where the bodies were identified as Bajpai and his sister Tulika, who had sustained two gunshot wounds while Bajpai suffered a fatal temple wound. Investigators learned that a neighbor named Akash had checked on the house after viewing Bajpai's WhatsApp status and found the front door bolted from the inside. Following the sounds of gunshots, gathered neighbors forced the entrance open to find both siblings lying in pools of blood and promptly alerted the authorities. While locals suggested Bajpai was employed at a nationalized bank, police noted that his claim still required official corroboration. Now, preliminary police reports reveal that Divya had been living separately in the Alambagh area for over a year due to ongoing marital disputes. Meanwhile, neighbors and distant relatives explained that Bajpai lived with Tulika, an unmarried woman undergoing medical treatment. After the death of their parents years earlier, police stated that a clearer picture regarding the underlying motives of the tragic incident would emerge once the family's surviving sister arrived to provide statements. So it's a very, very shocking, shocking murder. So Lena says, no respect for life, he should have divorced. Yes, absolutely. This kind of nonsense just does not work. Very well said. Let's move on to the next piece of news. Now, a police complaint has been made against Sonia and Rahul Gandhi over the Vande Mataram row, a political controversy surrounding the rendition of Vande Mataram at the Congress headquarters in New Delhi has escalated, with a police complaint filed against Congress Parliamentary Party chairperson Sonia Gandhi and the leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi. The complaint was submitted at the IP Estate police station on August 16 by advocates Shubh Sharma and Kunal Vinayak. Delhi police have confirmed that the complaint is currently being examined. So according to the complaint, the incident occurred during the Congress's Independence Day program at the All India Congress Committee headquarters on August 15. The complainants have alleged that Sonia Gandhi made certain gestures after the opening portion of the Vande Mataram had been sung. They claimed that the gestures appeared to indicate an objection to the continuation of the song. The complainant also referred to a video footage in which Rahul Gandhi is allegedly heard saying, "We are not singing Vande Mataram." However, the complainants themselves have acknowledged that the exact context and the intention behind the alleged actions would need to be established through an investigation, FIR, and investigation, and uh, this would come out. The complainants have requested the Delhi police register an FIR and conduct an investigation into the alleged conduct of these two Congress leaders. They have been asked, and also the police have been asked to examine whether any provisions of the law relating to protection of the national anthem and national song should apply to the incident. The complaint refers to the prevention of insults to national honor, and which is Bill 2026, which extends statutory protection to Vande Mataram. The amended provisions provide penalties for intentionally preventing the singing of the national anthem or national song or disturbing an assembly engaged in such singing. Now, the Congress has rejected this and these allegations that Sonia Gandhi attempted to stop or disrupt the singing of Vande Mataram. The party's explanation is that Sonia Gandhi was concerned about Mallikarjun Kharge, the president, who had been standing for some time and was asking for a chair for him. Congress has maintained there was no attempt to prevent the full rendition of the song. Now, friends, one thing is very clear, that this lady, she showed her hand and she said, "Please stop it." It's very obvious that she wanted them not to continue the Vande Mataram. Now, whatever silly story they come up with, nobody's going to believe it. So and Kharge himself was looking quite shocked. So even I think in Kharge there must be some sort of an Indian spirit that he did not want it. Now the incident has triggered sharp criticism from BJP leaders. Union Minister Amit Shah accused her of disrespecting Vande Mataram and demanding an apology. Other BJP leaders have also alleged that the Congress leadership showed disrespect, and the BJP has used this incident to intensify its criticism of the Congress, particularly following Parliament's recent move to provide Vande Mataram statutory protection comparable to that available to the national anthem. The controversy has also resulted in a separate complaint against Sonia Gandhi in Karnataka. According to reports, a BJP leader approached police in Mangalore alleging that Sonia Gandhi's conduct during the rendition amounted to disrespect towards Vande Mataram and seeking legal action. At present, the Delhi complaint is under police inquiry. No conclusion has been reached establishing that both of them had committed an offence. The key issue for investigators will be the exact circumstance surrounding the incident. Now, you will find a lot of loopholes when it goes, into the court area also. So now Rahul Gandhi has reportedly sought closer monitoring of party colleagues as well. Now, let's get one thing straight. Now, once the rule has been followed, you can't insult Vande Mataram or, Janagana Mana, then these people need to be punished, isn't it? But they should be punished for many other things as well. Why is the government quiet on that? That is something that is very upsetting, because these two people have done so many things, have been caught in so many things, including the National Herald case and so many other such, cases. But they remain free and happy, running around and, shouting against Modi. Seshu says, Kharge or Vishnumurthy Avatar Dipke or Saurabh Das or Kejriwal. Yeah, so these people are all, She was visibly angry, says Leena, and this family will never get punished. Government is scared of this family. This is exactly what is happening. Why these people are not put in jail is something we cannot understand. Because every time they do it, it's like, they are mocking not only the nation. I don't know why you need to come from Italy to actually, deride India, deride Sanatana Dharma, make fun of anything that is, a symbol of our nation, make fun of all our religious functions, our temples, everything. I mean, who are they? Even if they had one, percent of Indian blood in them, it would be okay for Sonia Gandhi to do something like this. But she's completely Italian, and she's coming here and throwing her weight, isn't it? So let's move on to the second thing that Rahul Gandhi is seeking. Now, Rahul Gandhi is seeking monitoring of Congress leader after Kharge raises Haldwani purification row. Now, a Congress leader, Rahul Gandhi, has sought a closer monitoring of party colleagues following Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge's strong reaction to the alleged purification ritual carried out at a venue in Haldwani after Kharge addressed a public meeting there. The issue has created unease within the Congress, with questions being raised about how senior party leaders responded to his allegations and whether the party's leadership should take more coordinated approach to politically sensitive incidents. Now, what exactly happened in Haldwani is what we would ask. Now, Kharge had addressed a Congress gathering at Ramlila Maidan in Haldwani on August 8th. 2 days later, a group associated with Sri Ramasena Dharmat Seva Nyas Sangathan reportedly conducted a Shuddhikaran ritual at the venue, using Ganga Jal and performing prayers. The group reportedly cited slogans raised during Kharge's rally and his criticism of the BJP and RSS as reasons for the ritual. The incident subsequently became a major political controversy, and Kharge raised this issue in Rajya Sabha, saying that the incident had caused him pain and reminded him of the experience of untouchability. He described the action as humiliating and demanding accountability. According to the report, Kharge was disappointed that some Congress colleagues had not publicly reacted strongly to the incident. This appears to have prompted Rahul Gandhi to seek greater monitoring of the statements and activities of the party leaders so that important political controversies receive a coordinated response from the Congress. The episode has therefore raised questions about internal communication within the party and whether senior leaders are sufficiently aligned when responding to attacks against the Congress leadership. You've always, you've seen so many of the Congress people like Shashi Tharoor, saying exactly the opposite of what is the Congress line. Now, Rahul Gandhi subsequently reacted strongly to this controversy. He accused the BJP and RSS of promoting what he described as a Manuvadi mindset and argued that the alleged purification of the venue was not merely an insult to Kharge, but also an affront to the constitution. He specifically linked the issue to the constitutional prohibition of untouchability. Now, BJP leadership has also condemned the incident. Nadda described the purification episode as sad and said the matter would be investigated. The government's response in parliament indicates that the incident is being treated seriously, even as the political parties continue to trade accusations. So now here also I find when a person like Nadda says that, I find them weak. When something is done to insult, then if these people are insulting the country, I don't know, other people will also react in the same way, isn't it? And Narayan says, in which context, Narayan? I just want to know. Yogi must be next PM. He always does what is right, is what Jim Smith says. Now, another thing that Rahul Gandhi has done is he's launched a sharp attack on Modi ji's, claiming that Modi's government political run is in its final phase. Rahul said the government is on the back foot and alleged that discussions over Modi's successor have already begun. He also urged that Congress to adopt a more aggressive political strategy and go on the offensive. Now, moving on to the joker, the person who thinks he can do whatever he wants. He can walk around, question people, and behave just like a cockroach, because cockroaches don't listen to you. Cockroaches go into every crook and cranny and make life so difficult for you. They are irritants, and even the strongest of Vagon does not destroy them. Similarly, this man, we're talking about Abhijit Tipke from the Cockroach Party, demanded the resignation of Maharashtra's Food Education Minister Dada Bhuse, alleging that the government schools were in poor condition and lacked basic facilities for students. He said that the state government had failed to improve public schools despite being in power for several years. Now, before I go forward, I would like to say that he seems to be focusing only on BJP ruled states. He's not looking at other states. So I'm curious about which is the other state that he's going to speak ill against. Now, Dipke made the remarks after visiting a Zilla Parishad school at Ujani village in Latur's Ausa Tehsil as part of his group's School Thi Karo campaign launched last week. He said elected representatives and ministers must be held accountable for the state of schools and urged people to press political leaders to prioritize education. Now, speaking to media, he said many schools did not have proper classrooms, benches, toilets, or safe access roads. He alleged that students in some schools were being treated worse than animals. It's a question of students' lives. When political leaders are not doing anything for students, why should people vote for them? Is the question. So I wouldn't go, more than that in what this clown is speaking, because I really consider him nothing else other than a clown who has been paid to create discord within the country, and he has used school children and students as guinea pigs just to get his point across, because he's being paid heavily. Now, another piece of news that is that in Karnataka, let's go to Karnataka. Yeah. Now, in Karnataka, the SIR, over 43.80 lakh voters to get a notice, over 20 lakh have been flagged for logical discrepancy. Now, notices will be served to 23.45 lakh people who could not find their own or their parents' details in the 2002 electoral roll. After much silence over the most controversial category of logical discrepancies, the Office of the Chief Electoral Office Karnataka has identified more than 20.35 lakh voters whose enumeration forms are in this category. These discrepancies or anomalies have been identified under 9 categories. Besides this, notice will be served to another 23.45 lakh people who could not find their own or their parents' details in the 2002 electoral rolls. So together, 43.80 lakh notices will be served across Karnataka, of which 24 lakhs are concentrated in Bangalore alone. Now, speaking about this man who is a pain in the wherever. Now we're talking about none other than George Soros. He is a U.S. Billionaire philanthropist who has handed over the running of his 25 billion financial and charitable empire to his son Alex. Now he is a business tycoon and a philanthropist. There are some things that we'd like to, we would like the viewers to pay attention to. His father was a close friend of Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Jinnah asked his father to settle in Pakistan, but his father refused because he had a huge business setup in India. Currently, he is the biggest donor in India. He has donated more than 1,000 crores, but all his donations are directed towards left liberal causes. In fact, he runs the biggest transmission mechanism for the globalist deep state's core objectives into India. He funds many premium universities, including NLUs of India, to research woke left theories. So you know from where all this is coming. He also funds leftist media outlets to propagate these woke ideas among the masses. He funds almost every anti-Modi media organization in India. After that, his people sit in government policy-making departments and convert these woke ideas into law. He was involved in Assam's NRC and completely spoiled it by adding Muslims and removing Hindus. He was also involved in the framing of the NEP 2020. His involvement in education policy gives him influence far beyond his own institutions. He cleverly included such points in NEP 2020 that it opened the doors for woke ideas in every educational institution across India. Now, his biggest recipient is a Congress-linked NGO. In the last 4 years, he has given 300 plus crores to that single NGO. The owner of the NGO is a close friend of Rahul Gandhi and has been associated with the Gandhi family for a long time. The disproportionately large donation to one NGO confirms that he is deliberately engaged in capacity building for one particular family. This man is connected to all major Western deep state actors. He is deliberately used by deep state because funding routed through him does not come under FCRA. After the tightening of the FCRA rules, the deep state needed someone inside India who would continue their work, and they found him. And what they say is that nobody really knows who he is, and they say, could it be, Asim Premji? Is the question that these people are asking. Now, moving on to, Bollywood. A lot of, this lady is doing a lot of washing of dirty linen in public. Now, Sunita Ahuja has withdrawn her divorce petition against Govinda. Now, what happened was just till recently, Sunita Ahuja was making headlines following a public exchange of allegations. She had criticized the actor over his association with his Rupa co-star, Komal Rani Swankar, following which Govinda had also hit back at her. Now, apparently, she has called back, withdrawn the divorce petition. Now, Govinda's manager, Shashi Sinha, has confirmed that Sunita has withdrawn her divorce petition against the actor, calling it happy news. Sinha said there was no separation between the couple. He also expressed regret that the matter had become public. Govinda's manager told media, Sunita ji has withdrawn the divorce case. There is no separation. Whatever she said, she felt that way at that time and has now taken the case back. It's happy news. And I like what she has done. My only regret is that the matter became very public, but these things happen. Govinda and the children are neutral about the decision. It's simply a case of someone realizing their mistake and returning home, and that's good. I hope God gives them, everyone such wisdom. Whatever happened was not good, but it is in the past now. Sunita had reportedly filed a divorce petition against Govinda at the Bandra Family Court on December 5th, 2024, and citing adultery, cruelty, and desertion as grounds for dissolving their nearly 40-year-old marriage. So somewhere I feel all this, both of the husband and the wife have been doing it to promote their movie. The latest movie that Govinda is coming in. I don't know whether the movie is called Rupa. So that's what is happening now. So with this, we end this session. We'll have a lot more news tomorrow. And let me just take a few more points. Soros is one who funds deep state. Whatever he funds should be stopped. Pete says Modi ji is the best Indian PM. And Jim says the PM's office needs a press secretary to set media agencies and stop anti-India narratives so PM and ministers don't deal with nobody paid agitators. And Lena says, which NGO is that? Yeah, so with this, we end the session. Good night. Jai Hind and Jai Shri Ram.